To all my listeners, supporters, and my avid viewers from all over the world, thank you for being here. So, whether you're listening early in the morning, late at night, or somewhere in between your busy day, I appreciate you choosing to spend this time with me. And today we're talking about growth and evolution, not just success. Hindi lang pera, not just achievement, but becoming better as a whole person, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and yes, even entrepreneurially. There's a quote that says, the biggest room in the world is the room for improvement. So if you are listening right now, can you say that quote again and make it your affirmation today? The biggest room in the world is the room for improvement. And that's true. You know, growth is not something we arrive at, it's something we practice daily. Araw-araw, we are either moving forward or slowly drifting away from who we are meant to become. So today, I want to share 6 ways to grow and evolve with a spiritual foundation, practical examples, and an entrepreneurial mindset. So this is about sharpening yourself, ourselves, staying young in spirit, and walking intentionally with the Lord while building the life you're called to live. So, let's begin. Ang unang-una dito is commit to lifelong learning with humility. Growth, nag-uumpisa ito when we accept that we don't know everything. Learning actually is an active humility, napaka-humbling experience na matuto, spiritually and professionally. Once we think, okay na ako, we stop growing. God can't pour into a cup that's already full of pride. We want to know what are the perks in staying teachable. Kung ikaw ay willing matuto, it keeps you flexible, relevant, and aligned. Halimbawa, nung may mga negosyo ka o career na medyo stable na, madaling sabihin, ganito na lang ako, kontento na ako dito. Pero ang mundo nagbabago, pati opportunities, di ba? So before, the traditional selling tayo ngayon, gumagamit na tayo ng mga digital trends sa negosyo para mag-market ng ating mga products or ng ating services. Kapag handa kang matuto ng bagong skills, bagong systems, o bagong perspective, even from younger people, binubuksan mo ang sarili mo sa bagong favor. Ang taong marunong matuto ay taong handang gabayan ng Panginoon. And growth begins when humility leads. So yan ang ating first. Second, ang pangalawa natin, choose your circle wisely, spiritually and mentally. Who you walk with determines when you're headed. Siguro gasgas na yung tell me who your friends and I'll tell you who you are. The people around you either feed your faith or minsan they drain it. Growth-minded and God-centered relationships stretch you, challenge you, and remind you of your purpose. So halimbawa na kung palagi kang kasama ng mga taong puro reklamo, takot sa pagbabago at walang direksyon, and even people are always gossiping, some more successful, unti-unti kang hihilain pababa at nagiging ganon ka rin. Real talk lang ito. Pero kapag kasama mo ang mga taong nagdadasal, nagpaplano, may mga dreams and aspirations, gumagawa para maabot ang kailang pangarap at naniniwala na may mas malaking calling ang buhay, nahahawa ka rin. Hindi lahat ng kasama mo dati ay kasama mo sa next season. You have to consider that. So minsan, obedience din ang paglayo sa mga toxic at sa mga taong bihila sa'yo pababa. So, choose those that bring out the best in you. At ikaw ang nakakaalam niyan. Ikaw ang magdedesisyon, hindi sila. Okay, that's number 2. Number 3, build discipline as a form of stewardship. Ang pagdisiplina is not punishment. Kahit magdidisiplina tayo sa ating mga anak, it's not punishment. It's stewardship. God blesses also faithfulness. Discipline is how we honor the time, energy, and opportunities God gives us. Ang motivation kasi nagfe-fade yan eh. But discipline, it keeps you moving even when you don't feel like it. Halimbawa, may goal kang mag-grow financially or spiritually, and then hindi sapat ang dasal lang kung walang action. Kailangan may routine ka, oras ng trabaho, at of course, mag-set aside kayo ng oras sa pahinga. Very important yan. Oras ng panalangin or reflection, kahit walang kang gana na gagawin yan, ginagawa mo pa rin. So that is discipline. Ang taong tapat sa maliit, pagkakatiwalaan ng mas malaki dahil may disiplina sa buhay o di kaya sa negosyo, no? Even sa iyong spiritual life. And number 4, reframe failure as God's feedback, not rejection. So minsan, iba ang isip natin sa mga failures. So, ibahin natin yan. Failure does not mean God left you. Many times, failure is redirection. God uses setbacks sometimes na turuan tayo, i-refine tayo, and realign us. And growth happens when we stop asking, why me, Lord? Minsan tinatanong natin na sa ating sarili na, bakit ako, Panginoon? Ano naman ako, faithful sa iyo? And start asking, what is this teaching me? And alala niyo siguro ang story ni Job, no? Diba nawala sa kanyang lahat, even if he was a faithful servant. So halimbawa lang may negosyo kang sinubukan pero hindi nagwo-work. Masakit, 'di ba? Especially pag ang laki ng iyong investment at nakakababa ng loob minsan. Pero bakit inilalayo ka ng Diyos sa maling direksyon? Baka hinahanda ka niya sa mas tama, mas buo at mas akma sa calling mo, or He's making you get ready sa mga breakthrough na darating sa'yo kung nandun ka na sa taas. Hindi pa ngayon, baka in the near future. Malay mo bukas or next week. No? Failure is not final when God is involved. It's part of the process. Okay, so take it positively kung meron tayong mga struggles, mga failures, and that's number 4. And dito na tayo sa number 5. You have to invest in yourself as a daily practice. You know you are your greatest assignment or project. Ang sarili mo talaga. So ano ang mga kailangan nating invest para sa ating mga sarili? Even spiritual growth, personal growth, and leadership growth, they require daily investment. And small, consistent actions compound over time. It's the same when you want to learn dancing or singing or cooking. Hindi na on and off ang consistency. It means, okay, unti-unti, araw-araw may ginagawa ka para ma-improve ang iyong skills. Imbes na ubusin ang oras mo minsan sa ingay ng mundo, like scrolling sa iyong phone or gadget, maglaan ka ng oras sa pagbabasa, pag-ehersisyo, journaling, o pag-reflect. Ganyan lagi ang ni-remind ko sa aking anak, especially pag holiday, no? So I've listed down activities para mag-vary ng kanyang activities. So as parents, kailangan natin silang i-guide. So hindi lang sabihin natin, yung sa amon sa Ilonggo, "Abi lain-lain naman imo ginaubra do permi ka lang gapungko kag nagatuslok-tuslok ka imo gadget." Okay, so that's not enough. So hindi lang yung tama na yung ginagawa, but guide our kids na anong mga listahan ang kanilang gagawin so that they would know how to vary their activities. Kahit 20 to 30 minutes lang bawat araw, hindi agad kitang epekto, pero after several months, a year or two, no, ibang tao ka na at sa mga anak din natin, may mga changes sila na minsan hindi natin na notice. Kung ikaw ang instrument na gagamitin ng Panginoon, siguraduhin mong inaalagaan mo ito. No? Okay, and last but not the least for today is step out of your comfort zone by feeding your spirit first. Sana ito pala yung ano ko, no, yung first. You know, before anything else, it's important that we feed our spirit. One of the hardest habits talaga, no, to break is starting the day without God. We say we don't have time, but the truth is there will never be enough time unless we choose Him first. Daily withdrawal mo from noise, sa mga temptation, mga worldly stuff, no, is necessary to be spiritually fed. Halimbawa, bago ka mag-check ng phone mo, email sa problema, manahimik ka muna na magdasal, magbasa ng salita ng Diyos. Sa akin personally, it's really helpful. At parang kulang ang aking araw if hindi ko maumpisahan ng reflection sa morning kahit minsan nagmamadali na there isn't any perfect day ko. Kahit nasa bus ako nagko-commute, I really take time na i-send ko rin, i-share sa aking mga ka-GC. Ang dami kong mga ka-GC sa sinishare ng mga reflection ko everyday. Or minsan, you can also see me posting ng aking daily reflection, especially if I have time to post and record, no? At saka maganda ang feeling, no? Kahit sandali lang. Habang ginagawa mo ito araw-araw, no? Mas malinaw ang isip mo, nagiging kalmado ang puso mo, at mas tama ang decision. Of course, you have decisions hindi ayon minsan sa kagustuhan ng Panginoon. But if you are entrusting to Him, yung mga plano mo sa buhay, so nagiging tama ang iyong path. So every day you draw closer to the Lord is a step away from confusion pag inuna mo siya. And withdrawal from the noise of the world with God is not escape. It is preparing you. It is a preparation para maabot mo ang iyong mga plano sa buhay. So, yun ang ating 6 ways, no, kung paano tayo mag-grow and evolve. So, to wrap everything up, growth and evolution should be intentional. You don't drift into becoming better. It's your decision. Kailangan you decide. You choose to learn, to be disciplined, to surround yourself wisely, to trust God through failure, to invest in yourself, and to feed your spirit daily. Okay? So the biggest room in the world, remember? will always be the room for improvement. And as long as God gives us breath, there is always another level of growth and clarity and purpose waiting for us. So, all my listeners, supporters, and avid viewers from all over the world, thank you for growing with me. And thank you for listening, reflecting, and choosing to become better every day. May you stay hungry. Saan? Sa growth, humble in spirit, and anchored in the Lord. This has been Mindset and Mission with Anne Hestrom, saying thank you for watching today. See you next time, everybody. Take care always, and God bless us all.